What is up, guys? Nundark here. You can't see me, I can't see you, but I want to start with a little bit of hype, a little bit of disco, and now we're gonna flip at least one light on, and then very quickly I'm taking these off before I go crazy. But I'm putting these on because I just got notified that our last PSA submission is being sent back to us. That has 31 bangers coming back in it, including the Hollow Vaporeon and Articuno first edition cards we pulled from our $1,000 worth of vintage packs at Collecticon. And it's got the Pikachu SR. It's got, I mean, it is a Charizard from 151, Magikarp, you name it, it's a banging submission. That's coming back. So what we do is when we get a submission coming back to us, we send our next one off. You always got to keep something in the queue when it takes 2 to 3 months for a PSA submission. So this whole get up right here that is coming off as we speak. Now a little bit back to normality. Let me get another set of lights on here. Okay. All right. Let's get the camera to adjust. All right, much better. But yes, when we hear that our last submission is graded and being sent back, we don't look at the grades. We do the live reveal. We do the whole thing, film it. So it's Christmas morning. You've heard that before. That massive submission is coming back, I think, in 2 days' time, and then we're gonna open it this weekend. So that video is coming out super soon. But what that leads to is a fat stack of cards that the boys and I are gonna submit to PSA. You're not gonna want to miss this video for what we're sending, and I'm gonna keep it super quick. So I know how this goes, right? So let's see who's made it 2 minutes into this video. I don't know. If you're still here, thank you. If you're still here, subscribe if you're not. And if you don't want to, that's okay. Stick along for the ride. But a lot of people put videos out like this. They go through what they're submitting to PSA. Sometimes they grab me. Sometimes I want to see what certain people are submitting. Other times I'm like, those aren't my cards. Who really cares? I'm not going to stick around for a 30-minute video to see other people's submission. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Why you should stick around for this video is this is an absolute hodgepodge of modern vintage grails, one card of which, about 3/4 of the way through, because this is ordered by our submission, is just an absolute vintage grail of grails. And we have some modern ones here too. Just overall, I mean, between Japanese, English, modern, vintage, first editions, unlimited, you name it, it is in this 22 card submission. So nonetheless, let us get started. Really, there's no other way to do it than to just get started. We have a Japanese 151 Master Ball Dragonite. Okay. That's the first card we are submitting. The next card, let me know in the comments what set this is from. I don't know. This is part of Frank's submission. This Charizard, this level 76 Hollow Charizard from 2008. Maybe it's Stormfront. I don't know, but it's an awesome card. Carries some value to it. And that is being submitted after the Dragonite. This Best Buy promo, okay? Reverse Hollow Best Buy promo Bulbasaur from 151. Then we have the Blastoise and Piplup GX Tag Team Full Art. And again, this is all part of Frank's. I'll go through I'll switch the personnel next. This is a staff promo. So you see right there, there's a staff there. This is a Crobat staff Black Star promo from Black and White Plasma Storm. I love these blue borders personally. I think that's a really cool card. This is one of my favorite cards. The tombstones are hidden in the back of the Japanese version of Sabrina's Gengar. This is a hollow from Gym 2. This Sabrina's Gengar is an awesome vintage Japanese card. Recently pulled by Frank, and Frank's last card he's submitting from Terrestrial Festival is this Master Ball Eevee. Crazy he pulled this of all the cards he could have pulled. And that is certainly being sent in for grading. Now, I'm only submitting 3 cards. I had a lot more cards in the submission that is on its way back, but these are the 3 cards I'm submitting. One is the artwork duality, okay, of however you want to put them. But essentially, we've seen these cards. Do it this way. I think that looks cooler where you keep the big Mewtwo and Charizard looking at each other. but they actually came out in this order. But this is the cards we all know and love. This was a UPC promo from the Charizard UPC, 1 of 3, and it's SWSH 262. This is the card that dropped after that, I believe. Yeah, so this came in Crown Zenith. This Mewtwo V-Star has shot up in value, but it's an iconic card from the Crown Zenith expansion specialty set, and it came out actually after this Charizard. But this is the same fight scene from both perspectives. I pulled this one with my wife. I won't be selling this no matter what. The only way I'm going to sell this card once it gets back from grading is if it hits a different grade. I am hoping for, more than anything, just sequential, same grade artwork duality. Ideally 10s, it could be 9s though. If both of these come back in a 9 and are submitted next to each other, this will be a sequential 9 set of an artwork duality Mewtwo Charizard fighting scene. I would love that, cherish that, display that proudly. 10s, obviously that's the case. If one of them were to come back at 10, I would love it for it to be my wife and I's Mewtwo. I'm going to keep that one. But if this comes back at 9 and this Charizard comes back at 10, then we're selling the Charizard. So I don't know if you guys cared about any of that, but yeah, I'm submitting this artwork duality right there, which I think is super sweet. Obviously, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cards I'm submitting because I know more about them. I picked up this Charizard Collecticon for $160 cash. Why am I grading it when I need it for my Master WotC Vintage Hollow Binder, which I've showed a lot on this channel. That's kind of my pride and joy. I needed this card for that. Why grade it? Well, I'm grading it because yes, you're going to see whitening on all 4 sides, but this is a moderately played Charizard. I'm not saying lightly played. I'm not saying it's near mint. This is moderately played for sure, but it's not heavily played, and there is no damage to the card and really minimal scratching on the hollow. And the centering is good. So this is a very good condition, moderately played Charizard. And like I said, I got it for $160 at Collecticon. He had a stack of several that someone just offloaded to him. I had cash, the price was right. I got to actually pick which of the 10 ungraded Charizards I wanted to buy. And then he gave me a screaming deal. I think he was selling them for $200 and I got him down to $160. This card now is $240 ungraded. And if it hits any grade, so if PSA just grades this card, it is worth much more than what I paid for it. So I'm thinking this card has a chance at something like a 5, right? A lot of whitening, might be a 6 as its ceiling, maybe it gets a 4. Either way, that becomes now almost a $300 slab plus, and I paid $160. That's doubling in value. And again, I'm not married to this card, so if that profit flip allows me to go back at another Charizard and a couple other LC reverse hollows, that's an awesome play in my book. I'm more just curious what this gets. Yeah, and who knows, maybe I like it and I keep it. But those are the 3 cards I'm submitting. Then we get into Matt's cracked SGC9 first edition base set Arcanine. This is a Shadowless first edition, first print run Arcanine. That was a 9. It could not be cleaner. He's hoping for a PSA 9 on this one. We have the Roaring Moon SAR from Terrestrial Festivals, part of Matt's submission. Those are the 2 cards he's submitting. Waleed has the most of the submission, and you're not going to want to miss what he submitted. We'll get right into it. This first one's a little weird, but it's a childhood miscut War Turtle from base set that he has. I hope they grade it. They should grade it. It's not in great shape, but it is wildly miscut, and I do think that's cool that he's held on to this for, you know, how long. Then we have from Neo Revelation a banger, one of the legendary birds, a very cool artwork of Ho-Oh with the Cosmos Hollow pattern behind it, but this is a Neo Revelation Ho-Oh. Then we have the first edition Unknown A from Neo Discovery. I graded my copy of Unknown A, however you'll notice it is not first edition. So I'm missing the fact that's first edition. It did grade an 8, which turns this into like a $40 slab. This card's $45 ungraded. It does need to hit an 8 or above to kind of grow that value, but it is in, yeah, honestly, it's probably gonna hit a 4 or 5, I think, just looking at it, but this is, again, one of Waleed's favorite childhood cards. He opened a ton of first edition Neo Discovery. It's actually crazy, his raw collection, and he's sending this one in. the banger of all the submission, the entire submission, is this Shining Gyarados first edition. This card right now, this is, again, a childhood card from Waleed's collection. This is a $650 raw card. Now, it's not in phenomenal shape, but it's in good enough shape to maybe get a 4, maybe a 5. It's not a 1, 2, or a 3, and it's not damaged. Nonetheless, this is a grail of grails. If you find this in like a 9 or a 10 or a black label or a pristine, oh my lord. But this is a first edition Shining Gyarados. The trainer and the boat there. That might be, I don't know what trainer that is. Someone let me know. Frank will let me know in the comments. That is just an insane card that's being submitted. And then you have this reverse hollow Politoed from Skyridge right here. Look at that hollow pattern, the rainbow with the reflection of the light. Rate my whistle 1 to 10. Okay, so that's a cool card. And then now you start to get into Waleed's real near mint, legit chances at 8s and 9s, vintage cards. This awesome, I love the pink in this card. This is a Houndoom from Neo Revelation. Incredible card, in great shape. Like legitimately, seemingly pack fresh. Then you have 2 Tyrantars. One of them is a hollow from Neo Destiny, and one of them is a non-hollow, but very hard to see. First edition stamp there. How do I get this closer? Very hard to see, but it is a first edition non-hollow. It's the black card coloring that makes it hard to see that black first edition stamp. But you have a non-hollow first edition Neo Discovery Tyranitar, and then the dark Tyranitar hollow from Neo Destiny. Both of these are in great shape and being submitted. Waleed's childhood Charizard from base set, I picked mine up, right, that I just showed at Collecticon. I'm not married to it, tied to it. It is a cool story how I got it at such a good deal. Waleed's is his childhood Charizard. It is very damaged. I'm just hoping that they grade this and grade it a 1. He doesn't care if it gets a 1, 2, doesn't matter. It's going to get one of those 2 grades. But it is likely a PSA 1 Charizard. This is his childhood base set unlimited hollow Charizard. Super cool nonetheless. I recommend, honestly, everyone just authenticate and slab and protect any childhood grails like that A, means something to you, or B, means something significant to the hobby. And a base set unlimited Charizard, it certainly checks those boxes. And then the one, Waleed's a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, the one Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I'm curious, are any of my, probably not, but are any of my viewers or subscribers fans of Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know why I kept my hood on this long. It's cold here. Certainly judge me for that. Are any of you guys Yu-Gi-Oh fans, or do you have a Yu-Gi-Oh collection, but you just kind of have grown to like Pokemon more? I don't know, just let me know your involvement in Yu-Gi-Oh. I do have a Yu-Gi-Oh binder and a little bit of a decent collection if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. But this is Exodia Necros. Exodia Necros. Very clean. I don't know anything about this card, but that is the Yu-Gi-Oh card of the submission and the first Yu-Gi-Oh card I've sent in for grading. I'm also curious to compare the slabs since the cards are different sizes when it comes back. They grade plenty of Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm sure they have a slab for it, but yeah, it's just the first Yu-Gi-Oh card I've ever sent in, and this is Waleed's. So yeah, I think to summarize, there are 2 base set Charizards. There is a first edition Shining Gyarados. There's some Master Balls in there. There's a first edition Shadowless base set card. There's the duality artwork. There's a lot of it. I mean, yeah, this is kind of a wholesale submission here, checking all the boxes, and I hope that was enjoyable just to see. I know, like I said, on one hand, I love to see other people's collections and what they're sending in for grading, and on the other hand, depending on the day, I could find that content boring. So it's just kind of hit or miss. Hopefully some of you found this enjoyable to at least see these cards. It'll be super fun. Obviously, everyone loves kind of seeing what cards come back as. And as a viewer, you don't really have to wait that 3 months. That is the worst, is just shipping these cards off, forgetting you own them. and missing them. And then the best day ever comes when they come back. Which leads me to that video again is coming in 1 week's time. We will have our 30 some cards back. I'll actually share a picture on the screen right now of what that submission looks like, and then that's coming. That video is coming very soon. So if you're not subscribed, feel free to give it throw a subscription and ring the bell so you get notified when I drop that video. Most importantly, stay warm, stay safe. Tell someone you love them. Be a good person. Thank you for watching this submission video and dealing with my blinded by the lights and my terrible singing. And we'll catch you in the next one. Nundrik out. Peace.